All right, 3/4 can be decomposed the following ways. If I have 3/4, I can decompose that numerator 3 as 1 plus 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 1. My denominator stays the same. I'm going to do the exact same thing with 3/5. I can decompose it by 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 equals 3/5, or 2/5 plus 1/5 equals 3/5. These are the ways to decompose while keeping the units the same. Write 9 and 56/100ths in expanded form. Now, students, you remember anytime we see expanded form from now on, that means expanded notation. So we take the digit that's in its place and we multiply it times its place. The 9 is in the ones place, so 9 times 1. 5 is in the tenths place, so 9 times 1/10 as a decimal. And the 6 times 100th, because the 6 is in the hundredths place. I do the exact same thing, but this time using fractions. 9 times 1 plus 5 times 1/10 plus 6 times 1/10. Okay, name the sum as an improper fraction and a mixed numeral. Show your thinking using the models below. So there's two ways that I could have modeled this. I could have just shaded in 3/4 at the top and 2/4 at the bottom. But I like doing it this way so that you can see the second fraction, the improper fraction, as well as the mixed numeral. I end up with 1 whole and 1/4 as a mixed numeral. The other way is 5/4, and I can just count my pieces: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5/4. Okay, look at the pattern. If I have a whole number and I divide it by 10, remember, students, we no longer use remainders. From this point on in math, we put our decimal in the place, and then we annex a 0 when we divide, and I get 95 6/10. If I take 956 and I divide it by 1, I get 956. Remember, if I now divide with a decimal, I need to make this decimal a whole number, so I multiply it times the power of 10. So 1/10 times 10 gives me 1 whole, and then whatever I do to this side, I do to that side. So then this becomes 9,560. So the same thing, if I divide 1 by 9,560 divided by 1, I get 9,560. Okay? I'd have to multiply this by 10, or 10 to the power of 2. So if I divide whatever I do to this side, I do to this side. So then this I also multiply times, what was this? This becomes times 10, this is times 100, because this is in the hundredths place. So in order to make this a whole number, I multiply this 10 to the power of 2, which is 100. So this becomes a 1, and then this becomes 95,600. And that's my answer if I divide it by 1. As the divisor becomes smaller, a smaller value, the quotient becomes larger. I want to know why in your own words. Remember, I just explained it talking about powers of 10. I need to make this a whole number. Our trick was slide the decimal on this side and slide the decimal on this side. If I slide 2 times, I have to slide 2 times over here. So students, I don't want to hear about the decimal trick, but I do want to hear about powers of 10.